Hey guys, welcome back to A2 Heroes. Hey guys, welcome back to A2 Heroes. We're going to be going over some more of the comic book series by Caleb Jones today and talking about the features and new upcoming releases that you're going to be seeing. So A2 Heroes is a comic that's based purely in the 1980s aesthetic, the original fantasy aesthetic, and the true unadulterated art form. I've already made a couple videos on my channel talking about A2 Heroes and the things that it offers and the features that it comes with, but it's an upcoming comic book series by Caleb Jones. It's a graphic novel. It's a set of graphic novels containing sex, violence, and wit sharp enough to draw blood. You have intricate plots that reward your attention with payoffs you won't see coming, and really dynamic storytelling. There's a sprawling ensemble of characters you'll actually care about. Massive ensemble of characters. At least 22 to 33 characters that have been revealed so far. And many of them are flawed, fascinating, and unforgettable. We have multi-layered story arcs already written from beginning to end, so every twist has been earned and every thread leads somewhere that matters. At A2 Heroes, we have no wokeism, no girl bosses, no left-wing BS, no right-wing BS, no socialism, no feminism, no puritanical right-wing stuff, and no lecturing. Alright? We have no wokeism, no girl bosses, no left-wing bullshit, no right-wing bullshit, no socialism, no feminism, no puritanical right-wing stuff, and no lecturing. This is the best way to set up a comic book for success in the modern age, because right now we're just overwhelmed with massive amounts of woke scolding and preaching from modern day media that don't quite understand or get what audiences want to read. So A2 Heroes is promising the exact opposite, and it's setting itself up as an example of what people can look to in the future of a great and original comic that's not beholden to any political ideology. It's not just against the left wing. It's not just against wokeism. It's also against the right wing. It's also against puritanical religious stuff. It's entirely against lecturing. So this is a comic book series that you guys are really going to love, and I'm really going to enjoy going over on this website. So this is just a ruthless commitment to character, story, world building that the great old school 1980s style fantasy demands. Very cool. This is a comic book series by Caleb Jones. This is the biggest and most ambitious project of his life. This is the biggest and most ambitious project of my life. I've poured my soul into this for many years. This dark fantasy comedy, in its purest form, raw, irreverent, and unapologetically entertaining. This is the kind of storytelling that makes the 80s unforgettable. Bold choices, real stakes, and zero sacred cows. Alright guys, we have zero sacred cows here. There's nothing that's too sacred to slay. Everything is up for grabs. So I'm really looking forward to the release of this comic book series and what it has to offer. After the homepage here on the website on a2heroes.com, you guys should come here and visit it. You have a couple other options. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You have about 9 different options along the top. From home, chapters, characters, videos, number 4, maps, Number 5, status. Number 6, commitment. Number 7, about. Number 8, and FAQ. Number 9. So in previous videos, we've already gone over some of the chapters that will be offered here. Each graphic novel will include approximately 5 chapters. Each graphic novel will include approximately 5 chapters. A chapter is roughly equivalent in size to a floppy comic book, about 20 to 25 pages per chapter, meaning each graphic novel will be around 100 pages. A chapter is roughly equivalent in size to a floppy comic book, about 20 to 25 pages per chapter, meaning each graphic novel will be around 100 pages. Chapters 1 to 34 have been written. Chapters 35 to 53 have been outlined. Below are the covers for chapters 1 to 9, shown just as teasers. So even though we have chapters 1 to 34 already written, we also have chapters 35 to 53 completely outlined. So the first 34 chapters are written. The first 34 chapters are written. And the second 18 chapters have been outlined. The second 18 chapters have been outlined. So below on this page are the covers for chapters 1 to 9, shown just as teasers. So more chapter covers will be revealed pretty soon. So in a previous video, I went over each and every one of these different issue covers and their design and talked more deeply about it. I would love to go over it again. These are incredibly well designed comic covers, with Black Dragon and Pink Firefly being the main subjects during all of them. I love the fact that each of these different issues have completely different designs. That really resonate with the themes and imagery and fantasy of this comic. Issue number 4 is one of my favorite for sure. Issue number 4 is one of my favorite for sure. I really like that sort of artwork. I like issue number 5 with Black Dragon and Pink Firefly. Pink Firefly being able to shrink into her miniature form here and fly above Black Dragon as he fights off this T-Rex monster here in his iconic red dragon skull on his belt and his sword. Very cool. Very, very cool. It's a nice design. Black armor, red accent. And we have volume 6 over here with Pink Firefly and the horrible arachnid, the terrible monster that's just dripping at the maw, trying to get at her. And then issue 7 and issue 8. I love issue 7. It shows the Princess of Jeslam in full fucking force, just out to wreck shit. Thunder crackling from her fingers. A hydra right behind her. She remains unfazed. She's the true epitome of feminine beauty and excellence. I love her tiara and her crown on top of her head, and how she stands with a presence and a force before this mighty creature. She's not scared. She's not scared. The Queen of Jeslam is the full fucking article here. I really admire this artwork and this depiction of her. Very cool. It lets you know what you're getting into. And then issue number 8 has the entire ensemble that we'll be following throughout the course of the story, from Black Dragon to Pink Firefly to Larry to Zora to, I don't know, Munchkin. Munchkin, that's what I'm going to call him for now. I forget his name, but Butternut. There we go. Butternut. He's like Tony Chopper, in my opinion. Very cool guy. A legitimate part of the crew, but often just seen as a mascot by outsiders. And in issue number 9 here, we have Black Dragon facing off against creatures of darkness and fiends and things like that. Crustaceans and creatures that are from beneath the earth, beneath the sea. Ancient horrors. That's issue number 9. So this page just shows the first 9 issues and what they'll look like upon ordering and delivery. But chapters 1 to 34 have been written. Chapters 1 to 34 have already been written. It's just chapters 35 to 53 that have been outlined. So all of these stories that you're seeing here have already been written. Every single one of these stories that you see here has been written, jotted down, and committed to paper. So the digital graphic novels, initially released as graphic novel volumes, volume 1 will be issues 1 to 5. Volume 2 will be issues 6 to 9, and so on. So volume 1 is going to include issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, issue 4, and issue 5. That's volume 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's going to be entirety of volume 1. And keep in mind that each of these issues is about 20 to 25 pages. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's either 100 pages to 125 pages max. Then volume 2, after volume 1 ends, is going to be issues 6 to 9. So 6 right here, volume 2, 7 right here, volume 2, 8 right here, volume 2, 9 right here, volume 2. So volumes issues 6 to 9, 20 to 25 pages each, about 80 to just under 100 is going to be volume 9. That's really cool. Digital only for now. Instant access anywhere in the world at very low prices. Massive. So it's going to be a digital only release for now. It's going to be a digital only comic for now. You can access it instantly from anywhere in the world, regardless of where you are, at very low prices. This is an amazing opportunity for it to catch on globally and become the next huge thing that people really love. The next authentic champion that people can really stand beside and say that they admire. So even though it's digital only for now, with instant access anywhere in the world at very low prices, the printed versions are going to be coming on later. They'll be coming soon, after people have already dipped their toes in, after people see what we have to offer, after people understand what the prospect of this story and world is. So that's the second tab on the homepage of A2 Heroes. There's 10 different options here. The third tab is the characters. I've gone over this in a previous video and broken down each and every single character on this page. You have a sprawling ensemble that you actually care about, A sprawling ensemble of characters that you actually care about, who are flawed, fascinating, and unforgettable. There are a lot more characters in the story than just the ones you see below, but these ones here are just shown as teasers. You can click any character to learn more. So I've gone through each of these characters, Black Dragon and Pink Firefly being our main cast of characters, the two main characters that I'll be following throughout this entire comic book series. Black Dragon, the warrior of courage and valor, who wields a sword and a scepter, who's been attitude maximized and adjusted to fit the alpha male 2.0 lifestyle and philosophy. He's going to be our main protagonist. But Pink Firefly, who's a woman of character and worth, who's an incredible magician and minor goddess, an absolute fae creature. She's going to be our second main character, and she's going to be a woman of valor and worth. So it's going to be incredible to see both of them play off of each other in cool and unique ways as they go along in their story. The comic book is called Black Dragon and Pink Firefly, so it's equally about both of them. And as you saw from many of the chapters, Pink Firefly was on the page as much, if not more, than Black Dragon himself. Pink Dragon is just as big of a story, or just as big of a character in this story as Black Dragon is. She has her own story, she has her own worth, she has her own mystery, she has her own internal world that we'll be exploring throughout the entirety of this narrative. So she's a crucial and essential part of the saga. I'm really looking forward to seeing Pink Firefly come out here and get it done. She kind of reminds me of Orihime and Sakura and characters like that, because she has the healing ability, the empath ability, and all sorts of things like that. And Black Dragon sorta reminds me of Ichigo or Itachi or Sasuke or any of those cool characters who are masculine and bravado and stylish. So very cool. And after Black Dragon we have Larry. Larry is like our armored warforged. He's like our living construct, the big brawn of the party. He's going to be accompanying Black Dragon and Pink Firefly in their journeys. And he seems to be a living construct of metal. Seems to be something that is just powered by a soul, a pure ethereal soul. Kind of reminds me of, Full Metal Alchemist and the Elric brothers. Very cool. He has skulls. He has skulls on his knee pads. Lord have mercy. He has spikes on his pauldrons and his helmet. And he has glowy eyes. With his left hand forming a fist and his right hand forming a mace, a morning star, a spiky ball of gore and death. Lord have mercy. Larry is not to be played with. This guy's deadly. And after Larry, we have baby Zora. We have Zora here, who's like our halfling, our elf. She's like a trickster, an arcane trickster, a bard, a specialist, a spy, all sorts of different things. She's a skillful person who can really get through situations just off of intrepid attitude and skillful ability. So I really like baby Zora. She looks like she has a magical dagger here, like a glowing dagger that she can sort of, she can like manifest it as a spell. She's draped with a cape and a tunic and boots and stuff like that. So I get the impression that she's a ranger, rogue, sort of specialist person. Very cool. And we have Butternut, the party dog. Very cool. I like Butternut. Butternut is amazing. He has two main forms, his normal form and his empowered form, where he's slightly stronger and has a bit more ability. So Butternut is very cool. We're going to be following him more in this story. Any of these characters that you click here are people you can see more information on. So Butternut is a cute doggy with an evil demonic curse. He's from the kingdom of Jeslam. Butternut is Pink Firefly's dog. Butternut is the typical, loyal, happy dog, except that he's been cursed by the spider goddess or the spider gods, and occasionally turns into a demon dog when he feels angry, threatened, or if he senses Pink Firefly is threatened. So Butternut is typically like a happy, loyal dog who's just fun to be around and a great time to party with, but he's been cursed by the spider gods, and from time to time he turns into a demon dog. Alright? He turns into a demon dog, and he turns into that when he feels threatened, when he's angry, when he's scared, or when he feels like Pink Firefly's life is in danger. So he's Pink Firefly's cute little pet. I like that. He always wants to be part of the group and hates being left alone. He loves Pink Firefly and Black Dragon, even though the latter can't stand him. Nice. So even though he wants to be a part of the group, he always wants to participate and contribute in some way, and he hates being left alone. He loves Pink Firefly and Black Dragon. He loves them both. So you know what? I love Butternut. I love him. He loves them both, even though the latter, Black Dragon, can't stand him. Often purposely mispronouncing his name, Butterball, Butterfox, Buttnut, etc. So Black Dragon's just a douchebag. Black Dragon's just abusing this poor little animal. Look at this cutie pie over here, right? Black Dragon doesn't give a fuck. He's like, nah, you're getting in between me and my woman. Nah, I'm on Butternut's side. I like Butternut. He's Pink Firefly's dog, so he's good. Black Dragon's just getting jealous. That's all that is. That's all that is. Black Dragon's just getting jealous. Nothing else. No more, no less. So we've gone through each and every one of these characters in detail in an earlier video. Rosalind Shadowshield, Queen Strang, Princess of Jeslam, Barlow the Abundant, Matron Sindrith. She's incredible. Fuzzlewax, a White Dragon, absolute menace. This guy's gonna be a problem when the story starts. Dark Firefly, very cool. That's White Dragon's companion. They go together, just like Black Dragon and Pink Firefly. You have White Dragon and Dark Firefly. Oh my god, I gotta make a video about that. That's gonna be amazing. That's gonna be amazing. So like you have Black Dragon and Pink Firefly. You have White Dragon, and Dark Firefly. Oh, they're cool. They're cool. You can see a versus video on that right now. And after Dark Firefly, we have Olindris. We have Brune Kroll. Very cool. An amazing guy. Looks like a werebear who wields a tower shield and a mighty fucking war axe. God, he's got a dope ass pauldron and like chainmail on him. You do not want to fuck with this guy. So I've done a video where I've gone into detail on him. Let me know if you guys want another video on him. I'll be happy to do another one. Brune Kroll is a badass bear. And then we have Veilray, the Dark Elf Enchantress. We have Silween Sunweave, the Human Cleric, the Human Priestess. Veilray, the Dark Elf Enchantress, and Silween Sunweave, the Human Enchantress. And then Draven Goldsunder, the Noble Aristocrat. I love him. I love him. I love Draven Gold Sunder. He's a human warrior from the kingdom of Clor. Draven Gold Sunder is a human warrior from the kingdom of Clor. I don't think we've seen that on the map yet. I don't think Draven Gold Sunder is homeland or territory and stuff. I've really been gone into detail on the map. I'm going to check that out next time I look at the map. But as far as his personality and goals, he's the chief strategist for the king of Clor. Draven Gold Sunder is, for all intents and purposes, the true power behind the throne. Alright? And serving as the chief strategist for the king of Clor, Draven Gold Sunder is, for all intents and purposes, the true power behind the throne. He's intelligent, strong, powerful, resourceful, clever, and quick to anger. Okay? He's intelligent, strong, powerful, resourceful, clever, and quick to anger. His master plan involves securing all land in and around Clor and then attacking the larger neighboring kingdom of Zorath. So we're going to go over this when we look at the map. But his master plan, his overall ambition in the course of the story, the entirety of the narrative, involves securing all land in and around Clor. I think we've touched on that. All the land in around the kingdom of Clor, he wants to secure that. And then after securing it, he wants to go on to attack the larger neighboring kingdom of Zorath. So his plan has two phases. Phase 1 is to secure all the land in Clor and around Clor. That's phase 1. That's going to take a couple chapters. And then phase 2 is, after securing that land, after holding on to it, then attacking the larger neighboring kingdom of Clor. So he's going to pull armies and resources and soldiers and goods and all sorts of benefits from those lands that he secured in order to wage his war on the neighboring kingdom of Zorath. So when we take a look at the map, we're going to look at these two different regions and see where they fall on. But as we know, we see Zorath over here. That's where he wants to attack, but he comes from the kingdom of Clor. So he wants to secure the land around Clor. He wants to secure all this land, all this region, all this area. All right, from Penno Castle along the Storm Mirror Lake. He wants to secure Penno Castle and Rabaton. He also wants to secure that too as well. Get his hands on that. Make sure that that point of interest is under his command. And then afterwards, he wants to secure the Hathzir Wood. He wants to secure that. He wants to get that in effect. He wants to get that going. Maybe he can source woodland resources from there, like timber and logs and things required for bridges and barricades and bunkers and barriers and different military fortresses and installments. The Hathzir Forest could be a prime quarry for him in his war effort, right? Draven Gold Sunder. And he wants to secure Rhetoric too as well. Secure the other point of interest of Rhetoric and Night Nail. So before he even goes after Zorath and Amath City and Mushroom Forest and the Harpin Grassland, before he even sets foot in them, he's going to want to secure Rabaton, Hathzir Wood, Rhetoric, Night Nail, and possibly even Titan's Maw. Titan's Maw might hold that against him because it's very far away from where he is. But every single thing around this area is going to be under his control if he's to succeed. So we're going to follow his story and see if he actually gets that far. So Draven Gold Sunder is a complete badass, someone that we've covered in detail before. His companion is Darcis, though he beds other women when the desire takes him, including the queen herself. So his companion, his favorite woman, his number one choice is Darcis. He is a powerful warrior, famed throughout the kingdom for his battle prowess. He can summon his magical sword, shield, and other items of sorcery at will by storing them in a pocket dimension. I love this. I love this ability. That's one of my favorite abilities for a warrior to have, where they're a powerful warrior who are famed through the kingdom for their battle prowess, but if the need be, they can summon their magical sword, their shield, and other items of sorcery at will. At will. By storing them in a pocket dimension. That's really cool. That's really cool. That's something I implement in almost all of my warrior characters when I make them and when I envision them. It's always cool to have that quality of life cantrip on your fighter characters. Makes it a lot easier and smooth for them to be fighters in a fantasy world. Also, he can easily astrally project his consciousness, leaving his body for a time, and is able to see and communicate with others in his astral form hundreds of miles away. So Draven Goldsunder can literally leave his body in an astral form, leaving his mortal coil behind, leaving his mortal body behind, and separate his spirit from it, and drift through the astral realm, the ethereal realm, and communicate with other people and souls and consciousnesses that he encounters, which happen to be hundreds of miles away. Hundreds of miles away. Guys, in a fantasy world like this, where major settlements and cities and points of interest are hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of miles away, that is a massive ability to have. That's an incredible ability to harness, to be able to sit in Pennell or Rabaton or Hathzir Wood and project your consciousness all the way to Amath City, to Mushroom Forest, to the Harpin grasslands, and remain relatively safe is a phenomenal power to have. That's phenomenal. He could come up the Rispine Mountains to Nightnail and possibly project his consciousness to Titan's Maw in order to scout ahead of time for his troops and make sure that they're heading there at the most opportune time, at the best time. He can use that for tactical reconnaissance. So that's something that's going to be really cool. That's amazing. He can actually project his consciousness, leaving his body for a time, and is able to see and communicate with others in his astral form hundreds of miles away, though his body is vulnerable when he does this. So his body does stay behind, and he's not conscious in it, so he can't defend himself if any danger arises around it. So that's a fair trade-off. I like that. He commands a group of capable warriors and spies, as well as holding command over the King's Royal Guard. Hell yeah. So this guy is a commander and a spy master. He commands a group of capable warriors. That's a badass SWAT team right there. He's got spec ops on deck. Just a phone call away, just a quick dial away. You can call them up and they show up. And spies. He's got covert ops. He's got spec ops and he's got covert ops on the speed dial, as well as holding command over the King's Royal Guard. So this guy is a general as well. Okay, Draven Goldsunder is overpowered as hell. I love this. This guy is a warrior from the Kingdom of Clor and the epitome of what a human being should be. I really like this. I really like Draven Goldsunder's prospect. Then we have Darcis too as well. Very cool. We went over her in an earlier episode. She's a companion of Driven Gold Sunder and also has her own powers and abilities and form. She has a fractured face. She has a fractured facade and terrible powers. She's really cool. Like, Darcis is an incredible woman. I'm going to really enjoy reading about her and exploring the story with her. And after Darcis, we have Torvek Frostfang. It's a cool barbarian. It reminds me of like Conan or Wolfgar. So Torvek Frostfang is a human barbarian from the Tarlam Wastes. So Torvek, the barbarian warrior from the Frostfang tribe, was born and raised in the cold and harsh Tarlam Wastes. So he's a barbarian warrior from the Frostfang tribe. Okay, that's cool. He was born and raised in the cold, harsh Tarlam Wastes. Alright, I see. As the cousin of the chieftain, he received some preferential treatment, something that has always weighed heavily on his mind. So Torvek is a warrior from the Frostfang tribe and was born in the cold, harsh Tarlam Wastes. So when we look at the map of the entire A2 Heroes world, this entire thing, we see that up here at the north, to the northeast, we have the Tarlam Wastes, the Sea of Ice and the Tarlam Wastes. So around this region is where Torvek comes from. Around that region is where Torvek Frostfang come from, and his people come from. This entire region here, the Tarlam Wastes, is where Torvek Frostfang comes from. While Draven Gold Sunder comes from Clore, down here. That's Draven Gold Sunder's world, this region, maybe Penal especially. Torvek Frostfang comes from the Tarlam Wastes. Very cool. Very cool. This is going to be amazing. It reminds me of Wolfgar. Reminds me of Conan. Very cool barbarian character. That's just pure masculine vitality. So Torvek is forthright, courageous, honorable, and friendly. For a barbarian, at least. His most important thing is to give his wife Chening and his newborn son a better life than he had. Exactly. His most important thing is to give his wife Chenin and his newborn son a better life than he had. I went over Chenin in the previous video before. I can go over that again if you guys want. I'm going to touch on her in this video and talk about her. Chenin is one of my favorite characters in the entire A2 Hero worlds. Very cool character. She's an incredible barbarian. Incredible savage, incredible woman. She's like the perfect character for a fantasy epic story. So, equally impressive to Torvek Frostfang. She's a woman in her own right. So his powers and his abilities, he's powerfully strong for a human, and Torvek is a fearsome and experienced warrior. So Torvek is nothing to play with. Torvek is nothing to play with. This guy is powerfully strong for a human, and he's a fearsome and experienced warrior. He's formidable, in my opinion. He's formidable. He wields a great sword, a great blade. Has some magical aspect. He's got massive arms. Just cable-strapped muscle. Just wrapped around his skeleton. And he's got a gigantic figure too as well. A massive girdle, a massive belt. Great outfit, great design. I really like Torvek Frostfang. He's going to be one of the most important characters in this story, and I'm looking forward to seeing his personal narrative unfold. It's going to be very cool. Now we have Chenin too as well. Chenin is a human barbarian from the Tarlam Wastes. So the same place that I pointed out earlier up here. In the entire world of the A2 Heroes, from north to south, to east to west, the Tarlam Wastes is the topmost portion of the entire thing. It's the northernmost region. It's where the barbarians and the hardy folk come from. So that's where Torvik, Frostfang, and Chenin come from. So typical of women of the barbarian Frostfang tribe, Chenin is crass, loud, uncouth, and blunt. She has no filter and simply blurts out whatever she's thinking. She loves her husband Torvik and her baby son Brannick with a white hot fire and would follow him into hell itself. She would probably enjoy such a thing. Nice. Chenin is a badass. Powers and abilities. Chenin's warrior of choice is throwing axes, which she wields with great skill. She's also stronger than a typical human woman, a result of a lifetime in the harsh Tarlam wastes. I believe that. The Tarlam wastes are nothing to play with. This is a massive region of the world that's just cruel and unforgiving. Right off of the coast of the Sea of Ice. It's an entire region that's nothing but cold weather and Arctic climate. You can't survive there by being calm. You have to be a warrior. Like the environment is attacking you. The air is attacking you, not just the creatures. So Chenin is really cool too as well. We went over her in a different video too as well. She was incredible. And then we touched on King Theric IV and Queen Gwendara too as well. Amazing characters. These are both the nobles of Clore. So that's where Draven Goldsunder reigns. So I've gone over all of these characters in previous videos before. I'll be happy to go over all of them again. They're absolutely amazing characters that deserve their time in the sun. Each of them has a unique design and a creative quirk and a nice compelling backstory that makes them immediately endearing. So I'm really excited to look forward to this story coming out and seeing what Caleb Jones has to offer here. After the characters on this website, if you go here, the fourth item is the video. The video is the first Black Dragon and Pink Firefly livestream replay. I watched this when it first came out. This is an hour and 40-minute long video that goes over the entire explanation and breakdown of the Black Dragon and Pink Firefly series. It's incredible. It tells you exactly what it is, what you should expect, what he's offering, what he's selling, and what he's pushing. And it's something that you really respect and appreciate. It's something that respects your intelligence and respects your morals and respects your values. That's why I like Black Dragon and Pink Firefly. It's something that respects your morals, respects your intelligence, and respects your values. It's really cool. So in this video, Caleb Jones goes over the exact format of what he's offering and why he set out to write this story, why he thinks it's necessary to tell in the modern age, at the modern time, why he wants to create a set of graphic novels, like why he even undertook it. In many ways, he doesn't have to do it because he's already a full-on successful businessman who's lived a full career. So he's free. He can just go off into the sunset, just ride off into the sunset and enjoy the rest of his life and live better lives than you or me, right? He's earned it. But he took time out of his day, out of his life to create a work of art that really reflects and means something to him, to me, and to you. Something that we would all appreciate and something that speaks to us as the masculine collective. That's what I really appreciate in this project, in this art form. Right? He goes over the story, talks about the agenda, the story structure, the graphic novels, the overview of the plot, just with minimal spoilers. He's not gonna delve into every secret and every little story hook. Just a brief overview without any spoilers. Overview of the plot. And talks on the progression and climaxes. Talks about the sex scenes and how that would be handled in the story. This is a romantic story. This is an adult story. This is going to promote positive masculinity and positive femininity and have romantic and sex scenes that are authentic and real and grounded. So that's a major project of this. That's going to be really, really exciting to see. He's going to talk about the world building. All right, how this is different than anything you've ever seen in your life. It's different than anything you've ever seen in your life. The world building is going to be a composite style world building that pulls from some of the greatest examples in the last several decades. The world building is going to be one of the greatest pieces of human ingenuity that pulls from some of the best examples you've seen in the last couple of decades. The world building in this world is going to be vast and expansive. Huge. You can already see the map. You already see where this is headed and where this is going. Just up here you have two kingdoms, the kingdom of Zorath and the kingdom of Clor in the north. And then separating the kingdom of Jeslam is the Strait of Gales, another massive kingdom beneath. And we can only see the tip of it. We have the kingdom of Jeslam, we have Xenog, and we have to Samaskak right below here too as well. So this is just the beginning. This entire thing is just the beginning of the entire A2 Heroes world and what we'll be seeing when it comes out in full force. I'm really excited for this. So the world building is going to be immense. The characters are going to be incredible. The sex scenes are going to be great. This is going to be different from anything you've ever seen in your life. And then he goes on to talk about how you can become a writer in this world, how you can contribute to this story, how you can put your mark on this world and in some way offer some assistance. That's one thing I'm really looking forward to myself. That's part of why I want this thing to be a success. That's part of why I want this thing to go big. Because if people like me and you could actually get on stage with Caleb Jones and write for his comic under his paradigm, under his philosophy, under his house rules of pure masculine vitality and fantastical exaggeration that's productive and supportive of the alpha male 2.0 lifestyle, if we could write under that paradigm, we would be benefiting ourselves and other people around the world that we haven't even met, that we haven't even seen. We would be doing a massive service to humanity. We'll be both benefiting ourselves, benefiting Caleb, and benefiting humanity. It'd be an incredible opportunity. It'd be a pure artistic license to show the world what a masculine-based narrative can offer and the consoling and therapeutic themes that it portrays and the compelling and evocative powers that it has. It's beyond words. It's beyond words what writing in a world like this could do for the story itself, for the authors, and for the audience. It would be a phenomenal opportunity. It would be a blessing. So he goes on to explain the Black Dragon and Pink Firefly structure from part 1 to part 2 to part 3 to part 4. And he says that part 1 will be 1 to 5, chapters 1 to 5. And 1 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 issues. 2 has 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 issues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well. Number 3 has 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right, 5 as well. And 4 is 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So, like he said in the previous page, each volume is going to be about 4 to 5 issues, and each issue is about 20 to 25 pages. So he'll be able to break that down into each different volume. And from what we see right now in part 1, which has been planned out, which he's planned out already, we have about 5 volumes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Guys, buy all of these. Buy all of these. I'm gonna buy all of these. Volume 1, Volume 2, Volume 3, Volume 4, Volume 5. I'm gonna buy each and every single one. This is gonna be incredible. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 issues just in Volume 1 alone. Just in Volume 1 alone. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just in Volume 2 alone. Wow. Just in Volume 2. So already in the first 2 volumes, you already have about 10 issues that you can entertain yourself with and have fun. And imagine if we go over them on this channel too as well. We're able to really enjoy it and go through the story together. It would be incredible. It would be incredible. So this video is something that I really want to go over in the future and break down and comment on. I'm gonna turn on the sound and do a live reaction to it if you guys are interested in that sort of thing, and give you my thoughts play by play based on what he says and the different things that he's offering. But very cool. I'm excited for this project to really come out and take the world by storm. It'll be an incredible opportunity. It'd be an incredible opportunity. He goes on to say that this is different from anything you've ever seen. This is different from anything you've ever seen. It's Alpha Male 2.0 with the volume dialed all the way up. Men having long-term sexual relationships with multiple women, and it's presented as a good thing. It's Alpha Male 2.0 with the volume dialed all the way up. Men having long-term sexual relationships with multiple women, and it's presented as a good thing. It's not just random sex all over the place. It actually makes sense. Based on real-life relationships, you can get a feel for how to do this in real life. Nice. Very cool. So it's instructive and directive. It's aspirational and fantastical. It's incredibly well balanced as a work of art. It straddles that line between the real and the fantastical in a cool way. It's not just groundless fantasy, it's grounded fantasy. And the last promise, which he really highlighted and underscored, is the fact that the entire story is written in advance. The entire story is written in advance. So you can really get a feel for it. You know that when you come here, you're not entering something that's just flying by feel or painting by numbers. This course is charted out. This project is planned out. There's an entire work breakdown structure that's been performed in order to even get to this point. So we're not playing with chance or circumstance. We're not going to give you half a story at the beginning and then make up some BS at the end. No, we're going to give you the full and complete entire story all ahead of time, planned out for your convenience, so that everything is internally consistent and we don't have to break our own internal rules in order to fulfill the dramatic payoffs. I'm going to repeat that again. We're going to give you the entire story all planned out from the beginning so that everything already makes sense and everything is already congruent, so that we don't have to break our own internal rules just so that we can deliver a dramatic payoff. This way the story has integrity and it has long-term enjoyability. This way the story has integrity and it has long-term enjoyability. You can always come back and enjoy the story on a different level, knowing that it's a timeless classic and something that pays off all its promises that it set up. So the fact that he waited to deliver that and he underlined it shows how important it is to have the entire story written in advance. The entire story. I'm going to be going over that in the status later. In fact, let me go to the status right now. The graphic novel status. All right. Track our progress below. This dashboard is updated in real time. Every graphic novel is approximately 100 pages. Okay? Every graphic novel is approximately 100 pages. All right? So with yellow, the stage is completed. With blue, the stage is currently in progress. With green, the graphic novel is 100% complete. With black, it's not yet started. So for part 1, the adversary. Graphic novel number 1, the outline and planning, the writing, the storyboarding, the artwork revisions, and the full and total completion is all checked off at green. Everything in graphic novel number 1 is complete, 100%. In graphic novel number 2, same thing. The outline and planning is complete. The writing is complete for graphic novel number 2. The storyboarding is complete. The artwork is complete. The artwork revisions are complete. So they've done both. And the whole graphic novel from top to bottom is 100% complete, ready for publication. Graphic novel number 3 has the exact same thing. Outline planning, writing, storyboarding, artwork revisions, and full and total completion. So the first 3 graphic novels in the Adversary series in part 1, the first 3 graphic novels are already 100% complete, ready for purchase, ready for the consumer, ready for the customer, ready for the fan. So you guys could buy these today. You guys could buy these today, right now, right here. You could technically, literally go to the website, click the buy button, and be able to have these in your hand by this afternoon. That's good. That's good. When these come out, I'm going to be reviewing them on this channel step by step. I'm really excited for these. So after the first 3 volumes, after the first 3 graphic novels, we have graphic novel number 4. Graphic novel number 4 is yellow, and the stage is completed. The stage is completed. So the outline and planning for graphic novel number 4 is complete. The writing is complete. The storyboarding is complete. The artwork is complete. But the artwork revisions are currently in progress. Okay, they're currently in progress. And the 100% complete for the whole graphic novel is still pending. It's still not yet started. So graphic novel number 4 is currently in a state of under production. It's currently being produced, being written out, being straightened out, being sorted out. That's good. Take its time. Take its time. With just these 3 graphic novels alone, we would have enough content for months. For months. So I'm really excited to see that he's taking his time with this. Graphic novel number 5 is the same thing. We have the outline and planning complete, the writing and storyboarding complete, the artwork complete, and the artwork revisions currently in progress. So just making sure, going through, touching up the final image and things like that. Those are really cool features. And then graphic novel number 6, you have the outlining and planning complete, the writing complete, the storyboarding complete, but the artwork for graphic novel number 6 is not yet fully complete. It's currently in progress. Even though he started, it's not yet finished. So for graphic novel number 6, we're going to be waiting on that for a bit. That's good. That's good. We have 3 graphic novels already ready, already done, already complete, already ready to go. And so the other 3 are just loading. Perfect. So that's something I'm really looking forward to, and something I'll be tracking and updating you guys on as this entire story progresses. So after part 1 is over, the adversary is over, we're going into part 2, the onslaught. The onslaught. Part 2 contains graphic novel number 7, number 8, number 9, number 10, number 11, and number 12. Part 2 contains about 6 different graphic novels. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And of all those graphic novels, graphic novel number 7 has the outline and planning, writing, and storyboarding complete with the artwork in progress. So graphic novel number 7 is still working on the artwork, but they have all the scripts, the canon, the lines, the dialogue, the setting, the characters, the storyboard, the ideas, the plot, the narrative, all that sort of stuff. They have all that laid out, but the artwork is still underway, and that takes a lot of work. That's a massive undertaking, a massive endeavor by a team of skillful artists to be able to deliver like world-class level art that will be timeless for decades to come. So I understand why they're still working on that. That's graphic novel number 7. Graphic novel number 8 is outlining, planning, writing, storyboarding. That's really cool. I'm excited to see what graphic novel number 8 has to offer. It's one step behind graphic novel number 7, and hasn't reached the artwork stage yet. The artwork stage has not yet started. The artwork revision stage has not yet started. And the 100% completion stage, the quality assurance stage at the end, has not yet started. So graphic novel number 8 is still pending. With graphic novel number 9, you have the outline and planning complete. You have the writing complete. And you have the storyboarding in progress. So for graphic novel number 9, you have the outline and planning complete. You have the writing complete. You have the storyboarding in progress. The artwork hasn't been started yet. The artwork revisions haven't been started yet. And the final quality assurance step of 100% complete hasn't been started yet. So the main things that we have here for the status of the comic are the top 3, first 3 part 1 graphic novels, all fully 100% completed from top to bottom. This is going to be really interesting to read, really interesting to go over, really interesting to explore. I'm really looking forward to this. All of them have the green check mark, the green tick, the green light saying that they're all good to go. The graphic novel number 1 having all 6 stages of its developmental process fulfilled. Graphic novel number 2 having all 6 stages of its developmental process completed. And graphic novel 3 having all 6 stages of its developmental process completed. So that will be able to feed us for months and keep us completely engaged and enamored and excited for what's to come next. So I'll be updating you guys on the status of the graphic novels and the different parts that are coming through. For right now, part 1, the adversary. Part 2, the onslaught. Part 3, the invasion. Part 4, the scions. So we're going to be seeing a lot of cool stuff coming out in the 1, 2, 3, 4 parts over the next couple years. This is going to be an amazing and exciting journey to really go on. And I'm going to be following it step by step very closely, the entire A2 Hero saga and journey, and how it completes. So next episode, we'll be going over the commitments that he's making to the audience and the different things that he talked about I've touched on this in the past, and the respect that he has for the audience and the time that he's taken to tell a timeless story that will really resonate for generations. That's something I really respect and I'm really here for. He's ensuring that this is a timeless narrative that people will really enjoy and take joy in and seek power from and strength from and resonance from for generations to come. A good story is a complex work of art that can really inform you of who you are. It can hold up a mirror to you and let you complete your identity. So in doing this, he's really providing a crucial service to the modern age and to mankind. This is why we need good stories. A good story makes you think, it makes you ponder, it makes you wonder. It gives you a good example. It shows you talent, it shows you ability, it shows you who or what you could be if you tried. So I love his focus on making sure that this is an eternal work of art that will resonate for generations. This entire thing is not a commercial venture for him, it's a spiritual venture. So I really wish Caleb Jones the best in that regard. And then the About section 2 as well. We'll go over the vision, the future, and like the full commitments we've touched on. And after that About section, we'll be going over the FAQ too as well. The frequently asked questions that people often wonder when it comes to this comic book series and this story. It's going to be incredible. This is going to be an amazing story that you guys will love to follow and really love to be a part of. I can see this going from just a simple basic story, a simple comic book, to a novel, to a animated TV show, to a Netflix special, to an Amazon special, just like Invincible, right? Just like Castlevania on Netflix, right? I can literally see this becoming its own cult classic, right? Many of you who are familiar with fan fiction and things like that are aware of Worm, the story of Worm and Taylor, and the cool world that was built up in that entire fantasy. This is something on the same level, if not higher, as that concept. So that really excited me in the past before, and this is really exciting me in the present right now. So if you're concerned about AI slop, don't be. Just watch this video and get a full explanation so you can relax. Like, this guy is really trying to head off any errant concerns or worries or like fixations people might have. He's like, no, we're here to present with you quality art and narrative that will last for generations. We're not just gonna cheap our way out with AI and AI slop. Fuck that. We'll leverage and use AI in the ways that it's relevant and responsible for, but we're not just gonna drip it over every single piece of our art and turn it into a low-grade function. No, I'm gonna be smart about it. So I'm going to be going over the FAQ on another video and really lead you guys through this. I'm excited to see what else he has to offer, and I'll be going over many other parts of this website too as well. The video is going to be coming soon in the future, and the characters will each get their own unique individual video too as well. I've done a nice breakdown of each character in multiple characters in the same video, but it would be really cool to do multiple characters in the same video again and then each character getting their own video. So I might really just go for it and just do a whole lot of characters at the same time in the same video at once. How many characters in the A2 Heroes canon right now as of start? We have 4 characters in a row, and 1 row, 2 row, 3 row, 4 row, 5 row, 6. So 4 and 4 is 16, 17, 18, 19. So we have 19 characters. That's really cool. I like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 20 characters. 5 times 4 is 20. So we have 23 characters. I have 23 characters in the entire A2 Hero suite. That's phenomenal. And 11 of them are women too as well. So that's fantastic. That's fantastic. 23 characters in the entire A2 Hero suite. I'm really looking forward to going over these more in detail. I've already done videos brushing up on each one of them, but delving into each and every single one of them would be phenomenal. And each of the different chapters would be cool too as well. And the homepage where you can sign up, get status update, check out the new status dashboard of our upcoming graphic novels. Boom. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I don't think that was here the last time I was here, so to have that feature right there is amazing. This is a this is a lifelong project. This is the biggest and most ambitious project of his life. This is a lifelong, creatively fueled, pure passion, pure love, pure art project. He's poured his soul into it for many years. This is a dark fantasy comedy in its purest form, raw, irreverent, and unapologetically entertaining. It's the kind of storytelling that made the 80s unforgettable. Alright, this is a dark fantasy comedy in its purest form. It's just raw, irreverent, and unapologetically entertaining. It's just something that you can enjoy. It's the kind of storytelling that made the 80s unforgettable. Remember that? Bold choices, real stakes, and zero sacred cows. Nothing is special here. Nothing is sacrosanct here. No left-wing BS, no right-wing BS, no socialism, no feminism, no ideological correctness. Like, we're not kowtowing to the left, we're not kowtowing to the right. We're just creating stories that all of humanity can enjoy. Everyone can enjoy. All adults can enjoy. That's the type of story we're creating here. So I'm really excited for that. When someone writes something like this on their website and it's on the first page, you know they really mean it. They're not hiding it, and they're telling you exactly what it is from the get-go, and they're pushing that vision forward so that you can see it, you can benefit from it, and you can engage and contribute to it. So guys, go to this website. I'm going to leave the description in the link, and sign up for this comic book series. Sign up for the release of it. It's going to come out in the next couple weeks, next couple months, and you guys are going to be first on the list to be able to receive it. The A2 Heroes, Black Dragon, and Pink Firefly graphic novels. This is incredible. All right? This is absolutely incredible. So leave comments below letting me know what you think. Take care for now, and I'll be back with more later. Peace.